Hello and welcome to James Hennon on YouTube. Today we're making the video for the Seven of Swords, following on from our series of swords. And sevens, what does seven stands for? Well, seven stand for confidence, and also they stand for manifestation within the element or suit that you're working with. What does swords stand for? Well, swords stand for communications, thoughts, truth and justice. So getting into this card, what is the character doing here? Well, it looks as if the character, as we can see, is making off with 5 swords. He's looking back at something that he's trying to get away from, and he's left 2 swords in his hasty retreat. So what this generally means, but the first general meaning of this card is that maybe there is something in our life that we're thinking about that we want to avoid in our mind. We don't want to face up to a communication that we might need to have with an important person, either a partner, a family member, a friend or a co-worker, or maybe that we're trying to avoid a certain action that we have to do and we're just trying to find ways to get away from it. We don't want to face up to a situation. We want to try and run away from it, and we want to sneak away almost without being detected. And this card generally also tends to mean that probably any interactions that we're trying to have at this time probably are going to be indirect. We don't want to be direct with anything and sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of deal with things head on. You know, we just tend to want to avoid things and just be indirect with how we deal with things, especially within our mind and within our conversations. So you may find that it's a card where you don't really want to take responsibility. Maybe you just don't want to face up to something. You're just not ready to deal with something. So you just want to take the option to come out. Now the figure's got the swords close to his heart as well, or close to his chest, which also means that keeping things to yourself as well. So you may have things going on in your mind, things that you're thinking about, you don't want to share with everybody else. And it could be, in some cases, depending on where it falls in a spread, it could be telling you that maybe that's the best approach, to be very careful with what you communicate. Keep some things to yourself. In a more traditional meaning, sometimes this can mean to watch out for theft and watch out for people trying to make off with things that belong to you, or maybe people trying to steal information from you or gossip about you behind your back. Just be careful of people that might be acting a little bit out of hand or offhand around things. But the general meaning is it's about not wanting to face up to a situation and take responsibility, rather to sort of make off and try and get away from things because you just don't want that responsibility and you don't want to face up to things, maybe within your mind or in how you communicate to others. You might just want to get away from certain people or situations that you don't feel ready to face. So, and also, as I say, it can mean in indirect sense as well, that you may want to be indirect with how you communicate, keep a bit to yourself and be a bit aloof. So that's the Seven of Swords. I hope you've enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe to James Hennon on YouTube, and to check me out on Facebook under James Hennon Tarot. Until the next video,